Welcome back to the Morning Scramble, everybody. 5 biggest mistakes in college planning. Do you know what they are? Well, you might. Co-founder of College Prep Mastery, Chip Wittrock, is joining us this morning to not only tell us what they are, but how we can avoid them. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Lisa. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Okay, so let's review. Last week, we talked about mistake number 1 when it comes time to plan for college. And that mistake is, well, no guidance in picking a course study. So let's review a little bit. Tell me about that one.
Correct. We have so many kids going to school for general education. So the number 1 declared major is undecided.
Oh my gosh.
We're in the camp that have a destination, so you know where you're going to. So we can pick a path that'll take us there as quickly and as accurately as possible.
Okay.
So spend the time in college or in high school to ensure you know what it is that you want to go to school for. And then you get into the second mistake.
Yeah, your second mistake. Okay, the first one is find your likes and your passion. Mistake number 2, no accurate college search. Explain that to me.
Correct. Sounds simple enough, but location and cost, tuition, sticker price. Those are the 2 biggest factors that parents use when selecting a college, when in fact those could really end up costing you significantly in the end. What if that college doesn't deliver the career path that you want to obtain? And then if you thoroughly understood how cost of college was established, there's the financial aid form from the federal government that establishes the expected family contribution, and then the shortfall, the college will contribute to offset that, to motivate that student to coming. Well, if you don't know how much that is, you literally have no idea how much college is going to cost you and don't even have a good idea of where to go take a college visit.
Okay, so and in my case, and we've talked about it before, it was, I was brought up, you're going to go to St. Mary's of Notre Dame, St. Mary's of Notre Dame, St. Mary's of Notre Dame. Yeah, but I want to go into broadcasting. Well, they don't have that there, but that's where you're going to go. So I would follow protocol, which I ended up not going there. But had I probably would have been on an 8-year plan to try and get my degree.
That's exactly right. And if you did even obtain a degree that was similar, would you have really been a standout in your field? This day and age, it's difficult just to have a degree from, say, Arizona State, where there's 72,000 students. What makes you special? What makes you unique? Are you really precise, and are you the best at what it is that you graduated in, or are you just another name and number?
Okay, yeah, exactly. Going to the Wittrock School of Journalism or Columbia, a school that really focuses on that versus just, I'm going to go to this liberal arts because that's where my mom went and my grandmother and her mother, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct.
So how do we get started with something like this?
Well, that's one of the things that we put into our program, a very comprehensive tool that evaluates their interest and intellect and passion, but it also identifies things like, do I want a big school? Do I want a rural setting, small school, intimate school? What is it that I want? And then that narrows it down. For our son, we went from 5,500 colleges. By the time we got through his likes and dislikes and his wants and desires, 4, narrowed it down to 4.
4.
Went from 5,600 down to 4.
Oh my gosh.
So, do you think that helped in my search of where I was going to go visit?
Okay. Well, now, and then talking about the in-state college versus the out-of-state college, am I going to save more money by just staying in-state here versus going somewhere else?
Well, a lot of that depends. For me as an example, we looked at the University of Iowa. It's a public school. On that shortfall that wasn't covered, through the financial aid, they were going to contribute 42%.
Oh.
So I was still going to have a shortfall. Harvard, on the other hand, they contribute 100%. They pay all that.
Really?
So we could go to Harvard for less money than we could a public school in the Midwest.
But could you get in there?
Well, that would be the second key, but all those things would come out. Do we qualify? Those are other things that you need to know when you select a college. Are you going to qualify? And then you get your target schools and then your wishful schools, and you apply to all of those.
Okay.
Once you know that they're a fit.
They're a fit, okay. And just keep an open mind and not be
Absolutely.
lured into, I've got to go to my parents' alma mater because that's what where they all go, and they may not have what I want to major in, but I've got to go there.
That's exactly right.
So take the pressure off the child as well. What about, you have a Discover program? What is that all about?
Well, and that's that piece that we touched on, that helps us dig into each of those areas and helps refine the search. It'll give them ideas for career paths. And then you can look at, what kind of income can you expect from that career? And then how much is it going to cost to get that career? So, is the cost of the education warrant the income that I'm going to receive? I've got a kid now that I've talked to. He's got $135,000 in student loan debt, and he's a counselor making $35,000 a year. He's got 5 kids and a wife. He's due.
He's
due.
never going to get out of debt.
No, impossible.
Oh
unless
my
an inheritance
gosh.
comes along. Yeah,
Oh.
no,
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well, now, okay, when it comes time to visiting all of these schools, when should you do this?
well, you know, the visits I feel are very important because you get a feel as soon as you walk on. It's amazing. We've gone with students and they walk on the campus like, this is it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, junior year is a good time. Senior year is a good time. But anytime you get an opportunity, if you're going in that direction or you make a plan, do it while school's in session. Do it over a weekend. You can get a really good feel for it. You know, you can do a good start even online. There are great programs that we offer people up that they can go to that can do a good insight on that college right online, so you can get a feel for it before you even spend the money and time taking the college visit.
Well, and especially too, if you think you want to attend a major university that has 50,000 students on it versus a smaller college that may have 5,000, 6,000, you go on that campus and it could be either overwhelming or you may love it.
That's exactly right. And you'll know it as soon as you get there and you get a feel for it.
What about your thoughts on junior college? So many people, and I myself, I mean, I thought this was the right way to go for me, was you know, well, maybe you should go to a junior college and save some money and take those core classes in a smaller classroom and get them out of the way. What do you think?
Well, and it's got to, that's really what JCs are intended to do, is prepare for the university. So make sure it's in alignment. Make sure that the classes that you are going to take, if that's the route you want to go, make sure that the classes that you're taking are those that are directly aligned with you getting to that major. If they're not and you're just wandering around, then you may want to skip that step and go straight to the university. But junior colleges overall are supposed to be less costly, but as long as it's done right.
As long as it's done right,
As long as it's done right.
Chip, thank you so much. That was mistake number 2 that we just talked about this morning, which was no accurate college search. Next week, we'll be talking about mistake number 3, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Up next, can couples really have it all? You'll find out on more with the Morning Scramble.
It's time now for the CenturyLink question of the day. If you know the answer, be the first correct caller at 602-224-2237 for your chance to win.